Hi and welcome to Ballers Bet. My name's Kev, and with me, as always, I've got Chuck. Say hello.
Hello, people. Was good.
Yeah. Today we haven't got Rig. He's unavailable today, but he'll be back very, very, very soon. Today it's the midweek stream, so this is where we talk about the matches that are happening this coming weekend. So we'll talk about that. But I actually just want to address something. I wasn't available. I wasn't around on the Sunday show. Chucky and Rick were talking about the results. And I noticed that they were talking about my activities with our betting, and that I'm a cheat. So I thought, well, let's just clear this up.
Yeah.
How am I a cheat?
Yours. The floor is yours.
Well, the thing is, how am I a cheat? Because go on, you go.
We assumed, that you were trying to add that game in to boost your cash out for the Saturday's games. That's what we thought.
Right.
But then we did think that, maybe you just made a mistake and you just added that game in. But, we thought you might have been trying to do something a little bit fishy and try and get on the leaderboard with a little move.
Well, that's interesting because I heard you talk about being fishy, and I heard you talking about the cheating. I did not hear nothing, and I repeat, nothing about it could have been a mistake. I didn't hear that. I didn't hear any mention of it could have been a mistake on Sunday, which it was. It was a mistake. Yeah.
We'll take your word for it.
That don't sound. You don't sound. That doesn't sound convincing. Like you believe me, but
I believe you.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you, I did not cheat. I just totally forgot. I mean, how am I gonna benefit anyway?
Well, you could have benefited if Leicester would have. You had Leicester to win that game, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if Leicester would have won, your cash out would have gone up. It probably would have gone above. Or it might have gone back to £2. It might have gone up a little bit more. Yeah. So that is the cheating. That's the element. I'm not saying that you went for that element, but that's how it looked to me and Rig. So we assumed, we all know what assumption does, but we assumed that maybe you're trying to pull a fast. Yeah, we thought you were trying to pull a fast one. That's why.
No, we weren't trying to pull a fast one. Okay. But anyway, we've squashed that now.
Yeah,
That's done. So let's move on to this weekend's matches. So we've got a few here to get through. So let's start off with the 12:30 kickoff. That's Newcastle versus Arsenal. So what's your thoughts?
Well, I'm going to leave that alone. Only because, two reasons. First reason mainly is I ain't betting on Arsenal to win. Yeah, with my team, I ain't betting on them to win. Yeah, because they seem to let me down.
Straight up.
Yeah. Second of all, I think because it's 12:30 kickoff. Excuse me, 12:30 kickoff. If that bet doesn't go right, that will just affect my whole bet for the rest of the day. So
good point.
I'm going to knock that on the head. I'm going to leave that one alone. Totally. What about you?
I'm going to do the same. I've said in not the last stream, but the stream before, that I think that I'm not going to invest in Arsenal or betting with Arsenal anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just going to leave them, let them do their own thing.
Yeah.
Can't be honest with it anymore. So yeah, that's where I'm at with Arsenal, and I bet you any money that we leave it and they'll actually win.
Yeah.
But I just got a strong vibe that that isn't going to be the case. So like what you're saying, stay well away from that one. So now we're going to move on to the 3 p.m. matches.
Yeah.
So the rest of the matches today are at tell a lie, bar one are for starting at 3 p.m. So the first one is Bournemouth versus Man City. You want me to start off with this one?
Yeah, you can start with that one, bro.
City win. Over to you.
I'm gonna go City win. A cheating win. The City cheating win.
Yeah. Let's move on. Ipswich versus Leicester. This is a bit more exciting. Although I don't know if it will be an exciting watch.
Might be.
Where? How?
Well, I tell you what. Last week, that Brentford versus. Who did Brentford play last week?
They played Ipswich.
They played Ipswich.
And they were 2-0 down.
Right, there you go. And that was like a 7-goal thriller. So, I mean, that's a hard one. I think that's a hard one to call. Like, Leicester are not too bad away. Ipswich are scoring goals. It's not to say they're not scoring goals. They're fighting at it. I would, if I was going to bet on it, I would probably bet on Ipswich to win that game. I think they need the points. I think they can get the points. And like, Leicester City aren't really, like they're doing bits away, but I feel like Ipswich, it's about Ipswich time to get a win. I think it's their time, their moment.
Martin McFatchen moment.
Their moment.
You know what? If I was to bet on this one, I can see a draw. I can see a draw between these two. I can't edge one of these teams as the winner. I think they've both got good points, and they also got bad points, good and bad. And I just can't decide who I would edge as the victor between these two. So I would say a draw if I was to put a bet on this one. Next, we've got Liverpool versus Brighton.
Interesting game, I think.
I think this one might be the tie of the day. I know people will be looking at Newcastle versus Arsenal, but I think this one's interesting.
Yeah,
quite interesting.
Definitely.
You got two informed teams, but who do you reckon could get the win?
Thing is, Brighton, like they're strong. They're so strong, and they're doing stuff every week. Welbeck scored again on the weekend. Like, this guy is just killing it out here. But the thing is with Liverpool's like, they've got a lot of people that can score goals, whereas like Brighton, like I feel like it's only like 2 or 3 of them that are scoring goals, and there is a big like pressure on Welbeck to score in games now, because we're just expecting it now. We're expecting him to score. But Liverpool, they've got Salah. I can go through all the names of them, and they can all score goals. So I would say that's a hard game to call. I think odds-wise, I would probably bet on Brighton because I think the odds would be better. And I feel like it's viable. It's possible for Brighton to get a win. So I would go Brighton. Could be a draw, but I would go Brighton to win.
I think I would agree with you. I think Liverpool are amazingly strong at home. However, they've been a bit shaky against Arsenal where they got the draw, then in one sense they're lucky to not have lost, but at the same time they could have won. But one thing I think is clear, and I think everyone can agree on, is that they didn't play well. They didn't play well on Sunday. At home, they are a bit of a different beast. But once again, I don't think they've found their full stride at the moment. So this is where Brighton could capitalise on it. So it'd either be a draw or, like you said, go where the odds are. Go to Brighton.
Yeah. And just on that note, Kevin, we're going to go for a short break.
Oh, okay.
We're halfway through. Just going to go for a short break, and then we'll be back. But we're going to leave you with someone who's going to give you some information.
Yeah, he's a good friend of ours, and he's a brilliant tipster. He's anyway. Enough of me talking. Enough of us talking. Let's just send you over to our tipster. He's going to be our resident tipster from now on. Dylan from Betwolf.
I'm Dylan from Betwolf. Many thanks to Kev and Chuck for that poor introduction. No surprise to why your channel didn't take off. Anyway, enough about them twats. Let's help you numb nuts win some cheddar. My SHT for this weekend. And for those divs out there that don't know what that means, shit hot tip. That wonderful island of Newcastle known for its bridges, and Jimmy Nail will be entertaining the world's #1 bottle jobs, Arsenal. My superior thoughts leans towards the Toon Army slapping the Gooners back to the capital. Odds look tasty on this one, and I reckon you should have a bite on this juicy nipple.
And welcome back to Ballers Bet. Just want to say thanks again to Dylan from Betwolf. You'll see more of him for next coming weeks and months. So yeah, once again, thanks to Dylan. Anyway, let's continue. Let's continue with the matches for this weekend. So we've got Nottingham Forest versus West Ham. I think that'd be a good game because both teams, I think they're evenly matched. What do you think?
I think you're right. I think you're definitely right. I just think Chris Wood, he's just going to score more goals. Score more goals. This guy's killing it out here. Backward headers, overhead headers, like just banging in goals from every different direction. But I think Nottingham Forest is going to win that. I think it'd be a good game.
It's amazing how he didn't find the net last season, particularly against City. But man was doing a backward header like he was like some salmon.
You guys are
on the water.
Yeah, you guys are a joker. But you know what? I think Nottingham Forest can win that. They done really well against Leicester City last week Friday, and they're at home. So yeah, I would bet on Nottingham Forest winning that game.
You can't see West Ham getting a victory or a draw. I could see a draw.
I could see a draw. I don't know. West Ham are doing well.
No, they're not.
Well, they beat Man United the other day, didn't they?
Well, that's hard.
Man United at home, 2-1.
But West Ham ain't been playing well. They could be playing better. Now, for them, yeah, they could be playing better. For them to get a win against Nottingham Forest, I know it sounds weird. I think it would be a surprise win.
What, West Ham?
Yeah. I'm seeing draw. I'm seeing draw all over this.
I'm seeing Nottingham Forest.
Are you going Forest?
I would go Forest. I might go Forest on that one.
Right. Okay. Moving on. Next match is Southampton versus Everton.
Now that's a dead game. That's a boring game, bro. Like flipping heck. That's nil. That's got 0-0 written all over it.
I think there's going to be goals in this one.
Really?
Yeah. I reckon 3-2 to Everton.
3-2 to Everton. Nah, no way. No way Everton's
That's
scoring
just
3 goals.
that's just coming to my head. Don't ask me how. Don't ask me why.
5 goals
Don't
in
ask
that
me
game.
anything. But I can just see. I can see Southampton will fight because I think they have got a bit of fight in them, and I think it will take Everton a bit by surprise, and then Everton will realise, oh, you know what, we've got to do something here, and they will fight back, and somehow they will get the win. So I'm thinking either 3-2 or 2-1 to Everton.
I would probably. Do you know what? I think that's a 0-0 game, goalless draw. I mean, you got ambition if you think there's going to be three or 5 goals in that game. I think that's just going to be the boringest game ever. That is one to miss when you're watching Match of the Day. That's one where you go and like get yourself a dessert. Yeah, I mean, you know, we're sitting in front of the TV watching the highlights of that game.
A quick loo break.
Yeah. I'm going 0-0. I think I'm going to put that in my accumulator. Goalless draw.
Oh,
yeah. There's nothing coming out of that game.
this one could. Hey, don't overlook this one. This one can throw you off. I think this one's a tricky one.
No. Me personally, no. I might be wrong. I clearly might be wrong, but I just think no. But yeah.
Okay. And then the 5:30 kickoff, where the sun goes down and all that, will be blessed with the night sky, and Wolves will be playing against not Southampton, sorry, Crystal Palace. I was getting too
South
smart.
London.
Man. Good guy.
Yeah.
I was all being jazzy for nothing. Wolves will be playing Crystal Palace at Molineux. What's your thoughts and feelings on that one?
I think Wolverhampton are going to win that.
Crystal Palace got to turn up at some point.
When? Did they beat Spurs on the weekend? They did, didn't they?
They did.
Yeah.
Maybe that might be the catalyst. Maybe that might be the thing that triggers them to start getting some wins. Because boy, they do need some more victories.
Wolverhampton, though, have been fighting tooth and nail in their last few games. So they deserve 3 points from somewhere. And I think this could be the game they get 3 points.
You're so right. Wolves have been fighting right from game week 1 or match day 1, whatever you want to call it. They've been unlucky quite a few times.
Yeah.
And, you know, fair play to their manager, whose name is escaped me. Do you know his name? I've got, actually, let's just call him the manager. And
Manager.
Yeah. He's done a great job. He's done a marvelous job.
Definitely.
At Wolves. Just like, and I don't want them to go down. I think there's more. I think there's other teams that are deserving of that reward, and it's definitely not Wolves at the moment.
I agree.
A score. I'm gonna say Crystal Palace 2, Wolves 1.
Palace can get the win away.
Yeah.
I think Wolverhampton. I think they're bugging for 3 points, and I think
They are.
Yeah, I think they're going to do whatever they can to get those 3 points. I think they'll beat Palace. I don't think it'll be I don't think it'll be a thrashing. I think it'll just be like, a 1-0, 2-1 win.
And they've got the crowd behind them as well. Got the home support.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So I think they'll be rooting for the boys to win at home, to get a nice, good home victory. But I'm thinking Palace getting an away victory at Spurs. That's a good victory for them. Very good victory for them. And that could spur them on. That could spurs them on. That could trigger something that could probably activate the on button for Palace and start building some momentum, start getting wins. But like you said at the beginning, Wolves have been fighting, and they've been fighting virtually every game I've seen. And at some point, they're going to get rewards.
Yeah.
And it could be this match.
Yeah, definitely.
So you're saying you're going for Wolves victory?
I'm going for Wolves victory on that.
All right. Well, I'm going to go for a draw. I did say Crystal Palace victory.
Yeah, you did Palace. Why you switch back?
Can't I do that? Or am I cheating?
Do whatever you want, bro. Do whatever you want. You just said Palace, bro.
All right. All right. Palace. I'm going for Palace. Palace win. Right. So I think that wraps up the matches for this Saturday.
Does.
So.
Does. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It does.
So that's it. So basically, all you need to do now is tune in on Sunday, where we'll have the results show. See how our bets
Friday,
go.
Friday, we reveal our bets.
You're right. How could I forget? On Friday, we will have the bet show, where pretty much we'll tell you the bets, the accumulators, who's put what in their accumulator, and how much is the rewards or the returns should they come through. Anyway, that's it for now. So hopefully we'll see you on Friday for that. And if not Friday, we'll see you on Sunday for the results show, where hopefully Mr. Rig will be back, and he'll be fighting fit and giving his thoughts on his bets and his thoughts on Ten Hag. Because I think we should ask him, because it's been a big week for Man United. So we'll find out his thoughts on the dismissal of Ten Hag, and also whoever's basically taken the mantle at Man United. So we'll go through all of that on Sunday. But for now, from me and Chucky, we are going to bid farewell, and we'll speak to you again soon. Take care.